and subscribers, welcome to my Jacobs Doctor Who review of Doctor Who, Jon Pertwee's great classic 6-part episode of Frontier in Space. It was a great 6-part episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Another great classic Jon Pertwee era of a classic 6-part episode. Really enjoyed it. What I enjoyed about Frontier in Space, I enjoyed that the Master was in here. I enjoyed how basically there was two federations. There was the Dracons federations, and basically and the Dracons are this type of alien being race who basically the Doctor has met before and basically has helped an emperor of the Dracons, which is really quite cool. And you get to hear that in one of the episodes, which is really quite cool. And basically the Doctor ends up helping them and getting them to work with the Human Federation, which is really quite interesting because the Doctor in the very first part, you get to see Jo Grant and the Doctor end up on this ship. And there's this noise that is happening, and they're hearing this noise, and they see hallucinations of things that they don't want to see, that they are afraid of, and things, which is really quite interesting. So, like, say if I'm afraid of a Dalek, you get to see a Dalek in your mind, and it's a hallucination of a Dalek, which is really quite interesting. So I love that, seeing that, like, them afraid of their what they're seeing in their minds, basically, with this machine thing that the Orgon creatures are using. And the Orgons basically are kind of like Dalek slaves in a way, but the Master was using them as his slaves and trying to create a war, which was really quite interesting. To see the Master come into it, and basically at first the Master was kind of the it's hard to say, kind of like the minister in a way, like trying to get the Doctor out of this moon prison, which is really quite interesting. I'd love seeing the moon prison held like the moon had a prison, which is really quite interesting. Also, I loved seeing Jo Grant really structured in this episode, really on base, knowing what to do and everything. I loved how basically in one of the episodes Jo Grant was like kept on talking to herself, kept on trying to snap it, like kept on not trying to be afraid when the Master turned that machine thing on, which was really quite interesting. So I love that about Jo Grant in these 6-part episodes. She was really on pace, which was really quite cool. The Orgons were really cool. I loved the Orgon creatures. Remind me of Planet of the Apes type creatures, which is really quite interesting. Also, I love basically how the Master was really quite hypnotic in this 6-part episode, how he was trying to get people to follow him instead of following the Doctor this time and everything. So I love that. Also, I love how basically how the Doctor ended up getting humans and the Dracons, like, federations to work together instead of the war, like what the Master was trying to get them to do, like fighting a war, which was really interesting to see. Also, I love how basically in the end, like, you get to see the Daleks come into the situation, that leads on to Planet of the Daleks, which is really interesting. Get to see the Doctor rely on the Time Lords this time in the very end, because he's injured, and he kind of says to Jo, I need to basically do this mind thing to call the Time Lords and tell the Time Lords something, which is really quite interesting. So I love that, and I loved seeing the Doctor needing the Time Lords this time. So what's going to happen with the Doctor needing the Time Lords this time in basically Daleks, the Dalek episode. So what's going to go down in the Dalek episode? 6-part episode. That's also so what's going to go down. And yeah, basically, so stay tuned for I want to get my glasses on for a minute. Viewers and subscribers, give me a second. Okay, because I want to tell you guys what the actual Planet of the Daleks. Yep, I had it correctly. Planet of the Daleks. So there you guys go. Planet of the Daleks review. So stay tuned for that. I rate my Doctor Who Frontier in Space basically probably a 9 out of 10. It was an okay episode. I love how the Federations were working together. These alien beings and the humans working together. And at first, the humans basically didn't agree with the Doctor. In fact, they kind of thought that the Doctor was a spy agent working with the Dracons, trying to destroy the human Federations also. So, kind of like that, how they thought that the Doctor and Jo Grant were spies. With the Dracons, working with them, and then once they kind of realised that it was the Orgon creatures kind of setting them all up, they kind of all worked together in the end. So it was kind of like really interesting to see the Doctor bringing them all together. So I thoroughly enjoyed these episodes of these 6-part episodes. So thank you, viewers and subscribers again. Please keep subscribing. Heaps more Jon Pertwee reviews coming very soon. I'm going to be watching Planet of the Daleks now, so stay tuned for my Planet of the Daleks review once that's uploaded after this review. So stay tuned and see you guys next time. Bye for now.